All right, now we want to get you the latest on demonstrations over immigration raids in Los Angeles. A federal judge ordered President Trump to return control of the California National Guard to the state's governor, but just hours after that ruling, an appeals court put the order on hold. Earlier in the day, Senator Alex Padilla was, watch this, forcefully removed, then handcuffed by FBI personnel and Secret Service. This happened as he tried to speak apparently out of turn while Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was giving a news conference. Jared Hill is following all of the threads on this and joins us now in Studio 57. Jared, good morning to you. Yeah. So what happened and what's new? So, Aaron, we got a couple of updates, actually, on all of this this morning. Let's start off, though, with what happened in that kind of chaotic scene. We've learned that Senator Padilla and Homeland Security Secretary Noem have spoken since what happened yesterday. Meanwhile, a temporary win for the Trump administration. He's celebrating this one online last night over the presence of the National Guard after some serious legal whiplash. In a late-night decision, an appeals court ruled 4,000 National Guard troops can stay on the streets of Los Angeles under President Donald Trump's control for now. The decision quickly reversing a federal judge's order to pull back the troops and hand control back to California's governor.
He is not a monarch. He is not a king.
I'm Senator Alex Padilla.
Hours earlier, a chaotic scene.
Hands on your back.
Democratic California Senator Alex Padilla, in plain clothes, was forcibly removed from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's press conference.
If this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers.
On X, Noem accused Padilla of creating a scene, adding that she and the senator later briefly met and exchanged numbers.
His approach, was something that I don't think was appropriate at all. But the conversation was great.
All of it a response to the anti-ICE protests sparked by immigration raids in LA, the movement spreading across the nation. Last night in Newark, New Jersey, demonstrations outside an immigration detention center alleging poor conditions.
They're not getting good food, it's really dirty, and they don't always have access to visitation.
Amid the crackdown, yesterday, President Trump signaled he may make an exception on immigration enforcement for farm workers. All right, let's go back to those protests. A big day of demonstrations is planned across the country tomorrow. President Trump also has his military parade celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Army on Saturday in D.C. Errol, he said that any protesters there will be met with very big force. All right, and we will cover that live. Jared Hill, great to see you. Thanks so much. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now from Capitol Hill with more on all of this. Good morning to you, Nikole. We just saw that pretty remarkable video of Senator Padilla being forcibly removed from Secretary Noem's news conference. How are lawmakers reacting to all this?
Well, it has really inflamed tensions here on Capitol Hill, that's for sure, whether you talk to Democrats or Republicans. Many are upset by the scenes that they saw out in California, but certainly there are different responses to this. You know, Speaker Mike Johnson, for his part, weighed in on this, talking to me and several other reporters, saying that he believes the senator's behavior was wildly inappropriate. But when I pressed him and said, look, this is a sitting member of Congress, he said he believes that his behavior was beneath the role of a U.S. senator, and even suggested that it could rise to the level of censure. Take a listen.
Should the senator be censured?
I think that behavior at a minimum is it rises to the level of a censure. I think there needs to be a message sent by the body as a whole that that is not what we are going to do. That's not how we're going to act. We're not going to have branches fighting physically.
This is an assault not only on the person of Alex Padilla, but it's an assault on our democracy. This is an administration that has no respect for our democracy, for our institutions, for the separation of powers, for a co-equal branch of government.
Now, that is California Senator Adam Schiff. He says that Secretary Noem should resign over this incident. Several other lawmakers have said that as well. The chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus is calling for a full investigation into this incident. And at the end of the day, that's what many lawmakers say. They simply want accountability. Leader John Thune, for his part, says that he has spoken with the senator as well as the sergeant at arms. And at last check, he was also trying to reach out to Secretary Noem.
This week, we've discussed this rescissions package. I know the House has voted to essentially claw back funding for foreign aid, NPR, and PBS. Break down what's in this package and what comes next.
Yeah, well, this basically is a package that would codify some of the cuts that the administration has already started enacting to a certain extent with some of the president's various executive orders in terms of dismantling USAID, making cuts to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting like NPR and PBS. Those were things that the president directed via executive order, but now the White House has sent the Congress this rescissions package to codify those cuts along with some of the other cuts that were made by DOJ. So now that this has cleared the House, it will come over here to the Senate, although they may not take it up right away because they are pretty consumed at the moment with the president's other priority, which is that big, beautiful bill. So Leader Thune has said once they kind of get through that, then perhaps they may take up this rescissions package, although some Republican senators have expressed concerns about some of the cuts contained in this legislation.
A lot of work to be done there. Nikole, great to have you. Thanks so much.